Parliamentary updates.
The briefing session for the 14th National Youth Parliament took place on Monday, 12 September 2016. The National Youth Parliament is held under the auspices of the Trinidad and Tobago branch of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. 25 schools and youth institutions will be represented in this parliament, which will see its first sitting on 30th October 2016 and debate ensuing on the topic, Youth Crime, How to Tackle the Issue and Opportunities for Young People. This year's participants gathered at the office of the Parliament to each randomly select a constituency and accompanying portfolio. The aim of the National Youth Parliament is to give young people from secondary schools with sixth form, tertiary level education institutions, and youth-based organizations throughout Trinidad and Tobago an opportunity to engage in a mock parliamentary debate. For one day, the students assume the roles of various members of parliament to discuss proposed legislation or motions. Students also function in the capacities of parliamentary staff who assist the elected representatives in their duties. In addressing the student audience, President of the Senate, the Honorable Christine Kangaloo, impressed that all roles in the process are equally important.
When you choose your portfolio, whatever portfolio you get, I want you to give it your all, because you have to understand Parliament, our democracy, needs the input, the passion of each and every player. No one player is more important than the other. So there's some of you will not even get the portfolio of a member of Parliament. Some of you are going to choose and you're going to get the portfolio of Marshal of the Parliament. You're going to get the portfolio of the clerk. You have to understand that all of these positions work in tandem to make Parliament the cornerstone of our democracy.
President Kangaloo urged the students to use this experience as a springboard for effecting a change in thinking about parliamentarians among the people they encounter daily.
It is my hope that when you get into your preparations, that you will understand a little more about what parliamentarians and the staff, what they face and what they have to, the efforts that they put into what they have to do. And why I say that is because we are at a time when there's a lot of cynicism about parliamentarians. And therefore I am hoping that when you begin your preparations, it's a chain reaction. Your parents are going to understand a little more about Parliament. Your teachers are going to understand a little more about Parliament, and there'll be a chain reaction in a positive way.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, the Honorable Dr. Lovell Francis, pointed out that exercises like the National Youth Parliament are crucial to understanding governance.
What parliamentarians do affects your lives. It affects your lives. Not just collectively, it affects you as individuals. If we do something with VAT, if we do something with gate, if we do something with tax law, which might sound obscure, it might be a bill this heavy and it's not really important, it's actually important. Because it affects each citizen tangibly, and it doesn't matter if you are a student, doesn't matter how young you are, it affects you. So the more you understand about it, and the more you inculcate yourself in that culture of understanding how your nation is run, the better for you.
He too gave the young legislators guidelines on making contributions in the chamber.
But as a parliamentarian, you are charged foremost with representing your constituency. And to do that, you can't always be meek and quiet and mild. Because there are 28,000 people or 30,000 people that need you to stand up and advocate for them in the strongest terms, as long as you obey the parliamentary principles, or the speaker will put you in the naughty chair. I'm trying to avoid the naughty chair. We'll see how that goes. But your job is to advocate, primarily. You'll have many jobs. But if you cannot stand and speak with fortitude, with strength, to the needs of the people you represent, then you really are not an effective parliamentarian.
It was then on to the selection process. The government and opposition were copied after the current composition of the parliament. Speaker of the House was chosen by Sachin Jagannath of Hillview College. He told us what he expects in the position.
The Speaker of the House is one of the most important roles in the Parliament. Thankfully, one of the most important roles involves, in my opinion, ensuring that there's a level of conduct and that everyone abides with the rules set in the Parliament. And in addition to all this, ensuring that all these rules are obeyed, laying down the laws in the event that these rules are not abided to.
The Prime Minister's role will be taken on by Tremaine McGregor of the Faizabad Anglican Secondary School, who will also be the MP for Digo Martin West, while Leader of Government Business falls to Tyrese George of Woodbrook Secondary School, who also holds the portfolio of Minister of Planning and Development and member for Aruka Maloney. The role of opposition leader went to Darshan Gopal of Ire High School. He gave us his thoughts on his portfolio.
I personally believe the main role of the opposition leader is to make sure to work with the other side, the other party, and to help make the country a better place, and to also work with the members of the same party, and to have a good communication with one another, and to let everyone have a good view and their own good opinion.
My name is Darshan Gopal, Ivy High School, leader of opposition, member for Siparia.
And the choice of MP for Siparia was a welcomed surprise to him.
To me, I think I'm lucky for that because being in Siparia, I know everything about Siparia. I grew up there. I live close by to Siparia also, and to me, I could be able to explain and discuss about Siparia maybe in a better way than someone else, knowing that I am from there.
He also spoke of the benefits of the National Youth Parliament.
Well, to me, I find it's a good idea because it's an opportunity to make your step move forward. It's also something that could bring out your communication skills, and I personally find it's a very good opinion.
He will be ably assisted by his chief whip in the person of Adrian Wilson of the University of the Southern Caribbean and a member for Chaguanas West. Other positions selected included the Clerk of the House, chosen by Kevian Nelson of the San Fernando East Secondary School, and the portfolio of Marshal of the Parliament will be held by L'Oreal Ramdial of Holy Faith Convent, Pinal. After the selection process, the government and opposition sides met in caucus and were given an overview by managers of the Office of the Parliament on what will be expected of them and the procedures of the Parliament. The briefing session saw the start of a series which will give participants training in areas which are part of parliamentary operations.
Parliamentary updates.